Modern diets, dominated by heavily processed foods, are quietly fueling a nationwide epidemic of chronic inflammation, a hidden driver behind many of today's most deadly illnesses. Unlike acute inflammation, which is the body's natural response to injury or infection, chronic systemic inflammation is subtle, persistent, and deeply destructive. Increasingly, research is drawing a direct connection between dietary choices, particularly the consumption of processed foods, and long-term inflammation that underlies diseases such as cancer, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disorders. At the heart of this connection are several common ingredients found in processed foods: nitrites, added sugars, and industrial trans fats. Each contributes to inflammation through different but overlapping biological pathways. Nitrites, often used to preserve processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli cuts, can form nitrosamines in the body, carcinogenic compounds that damage DNA and promote oxidative stress. Repeated exposure to these substances doesn't just increase cancer risk, it also places ongoing stress on immune and detoxification systems, leading to chronic low-grade inflammation that quietly degrades tissues over time. Added sugars, especially in the form of fructose and high-fructose corn syrup, act quickly on the liver and bloodstream. When consumed regularly, they raise insulin levels and stimulate the production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, damaging compounds that stiffen blood vessels, disrupt cellular communication, and provoke inflammatory responses. The result is a cascade of metabolic dysfunction, from insulin resistance to fat accumulation in the liver and around vital organs. What begins as a dietary indulgence can evolve into a biochemical imbalance that silently builds over years, contributing to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and vascular damage long before symptoms emerge. Trans fats, though banned or restricted in many parts of the world, still lurk in some ultra-processed snacks, baked goods, and fried foods, especially in countries with weaker food regulations. These fats not only disrupt cholesterol levels but also interfere with cell membrane function, leading to increased oxidative stress and immune system activation. Their ability to raise levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation, has been consistently observed and correlates strongly with elevated cardiovascular risk, even at low levels of consumption. What makes these effects particularly insidious is that they are not immediately felt. There's no instant warning sign when inflammation begins. Over time, however, the damage accumulates, contributing to the slow development of arterial plaque, insulin resistance, fatty liver, and even immune dysfunction. This makes chronic inflammation a kind of silent saboteur, one that feeds off the daily choices made in grocery aisles, drive-thrus, and cafeterias. The good news is that the same mechanism that drives disease can also be reversed. Diets rich in whole, minimally processed foods, especially vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and fatty fish, have strong anti-inflammatory properties. These foods are high in antioxidants, fiber, and healthy fats that calm the immune system, nourish the gut microbiome, and improve metabolic health. Even gradual reductions in processed food intake can yield noticeable benefits, from more stable blood sugar to improved energy and reduced joint pain. Ultimately, understanding the inflammatory nature of processed foods reframes how we think about health. It's not just about weight or calories, it's about how food communicates with our biology every day. Choices that seem small, like skipping the soda or replacing lunch meat with beans or roasted vegetables, become powerful tools to reduce the silent, smoldering inflammation at the root of so many modern diseases. Recognizing this connection is the first step toward reclaiming control in a world where processed convenience often comes with hidden, long-term costs.